gonna hit record. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Awesome. I am gonna share my screen just to get us going. And then um, I just realized I didn't have it on this yet. Don't look, don't look. I did not have it ready. Close. I love how you guys truly take me seriously. You're the best. I love that. We just have to go through. There we go. Welcome to Team Call. Here we are. It is January 12th, and we are excited for this mid-month call and all the fun that took place at Super Saturday this weekend. But before we get there, we have a special shout out. There's a birthday in the house. Birthday girl. I got to scroll over to find her on my. There she is. Our Jenny June turned 36 today. As lovely as ever. There she is. Happy birthday, Jenny. Everyone who knows Jenny, if you could put in the chat something you love about her. There are a million things I could say about this woman. And she just is one of those people that is a supporter of all of us and always cheering others on and is literally the sweetest. And I'm not friends with like really, really nice people. I feel the overly kind people. I'm like, I don't know. She's one of those people and she's my friend and I just love her so much. I don't know how else to explain it. She's truly the best. So happy birthday, Jenny. I hope you get some shout outs in the chat. We love you so, so much. And so this PowerPoint is dedicated to you because I used all soft pink notes the entire time. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love it. I had you in mind the entire time. Look at that. I can't wait to read all through that later. You're so wonderful. Okay, we're going to move on though to some announcements, and I'm going to kick it over to Megan, who's going to share a little bit with us. But before I do, I have one more shout out that we need to give to Mary, who went silver today, which is a huge accomplishment. And we're going to be talking actually about this call, all about silver duplication, how to develop silvers. And so, Mary, we're so glad that you're here, and we're so proud of you for going silver. And I have a feeling Senior Silver will be right around the corner with you. So, so great. Way to go, girl. All right, I'm going to kick it over to Megan, who's going to share some of our announcements.
Okay, cool. First of all, speaking of silver, tomorrow night at 8:45 Eastern, a couple of us are hopping on to share something that's called Learn to Earn. It's a Zoom call for 15 minutes designed for any of your happy customers. Any of your new customers, especially the ones that maybe have received the three $10 off codes. That would be anyone that signed up in December, signed up in January, or any VIP customers that registered for Super Saturday. They all should have received three $10 off codes. This would be a great way to plug them in for them to learn how they can use those for friends and family. Or if you do have a prospect, somebody that's like on the fence, or maybe that you've been talking to about the business, they can just tune in just to hear about what this is like, how they can simply earn $300, their first $300, and just see what kind of resources and steps that we have to make it simple. So we're going to be sharing that tomorrow at 8:45. So be sure to invite to that. The Zoom code that we're going to be using, or the Zoom link, is in the comments of the post. I will reshare that in the team chat. But there's a post in Awaken Life Business on Learn to Earn. So that's tomorrow night. And then the other thing is convention. Oh my word, sorry, I'm not even following your slideshow at all. We're going in reverse order, okay? We're reading from right to left. Next is convention. That is coming up in June. If you want your paycheck to grow in 2026, you just have to be there. That's like, I feel like that's probably the best way to help grow your paycheck, be inspired, realize there's 9,000 plus other people in the room that are wanting to do the same thing as you, and to grow together. And it always just reminds me, like, there are always more people that can order Plexus because there's so many people there every year. And there's people that are always ranking up. So I'm like, people keep ordering. There's more people in the world that need this. So, anyways, convention is June 12 to 14. It's over a weekend. It's in Columbus, Ohio. So for us Michiganders, it's within driving distance. Or if you're in the Midwest, it is only $49 for new VIP customers. So if they've never shared and they have not upgraded to a brand ambassador, it's like 49 bucks. Otherwise, it's actually a really great deal still for brand ambassadors right now, $75. That ends the 31st, I believe, of January. And then it goes up to like 99. So that's the early bird deal. So make sure if you have people on the fence, get them signed up, get them a convention ticket this month. And then we'll be chatting about like hotels and stuff. So, okay, that's convention. And then now we're going to Super Saturday. Super Saturday, there were so many amazing takeaways. Are we opening up time for sharing them or putting in the chat?
I think we can have some people come off mute and share maybe like two, and then the rest put in the chat.
Okay, sweet. So, is Nicole's on here? While you guys think of your things that you may be sharing, you can start putting it in the chat. But Nicole's gonna first share the new product that was launched at Super Saturday.
Hey, so if you were not on Super Saturday or you're like living under a rock right now, creatine is the new Plexus supplement, and I have been like dying for this supplement for 2 or 3 years. Every time we have like a survey to fill out, I'm like, creatine, please. We need creatine. I've been taking it um probably for 2 or 3 years. Um, if you don't know much about creatine, it's really great. It's not just for the gym bros, I promise. You're not going to like develop super ginormous muscles if you start to use it. But if you know anything about women and aging, we tend to lose muscle mass and bone density starting in our 30s. So when you're 30, you start to lose that bone density and muscle mass, and creatine is naturally occurring in your body and it also starts to decline. So as women, this is really, really important to be taking daily and consistently to help your muscles, help your bone density, and there's a lot of new research coming out on how it helps your um, cognitive, like your brain as you age with like Alzheimer's and dementia. There are a lot of great studies coming out on that. So I think that's really awesome to just note as well. I love that Plexus paired it with L-leucine. That is also another supplement that I take that really helps your muscles repair after a workout. Really super great. And the vitamin C also. Three simple ingredients in it, and I love that too. I love simple, clean ingredients. Um, if you want any more info, they did a lot of talking about it at Super Saturday. So be sure to, I think there's a recording for that. And if not, I'm sure they'll have lots more info coming out on it. Um, anything else that you want me to touch on? Or is that good?
That's amazing, Nicole. And honestly, I just Googled um, Plexus creatine just to see because I had a customer interested and I wanted to see their info sheet. And a ton of stuff came up. If you click on their PDF, there's how to sell creatine and it shows like the Plexus version and it shows all these talking points you can have with customers and tons of like amazing facts about it for posts and everything. And I literally just copy and pasted that over to my customer like, here's what it does. And she's like, holy cow, it does so much. And I didn't have to do any of the work. So use ChatGPT, use Google. There are places that you can find those Plexus resources really quickly. Thank you, Nicole. I'm so happy for you. The minute I knew it was announced, I was like, Nicole is going to be jumping up and down because this is your
Yes,
time to shine.
yes.
Finally.
I just want to also mention if customers like say like they're retaining water, have them start at a lower dose. Because it's 7 grams. Most supplements are 5. I think it's 7 when I looked at the nutrition label. Most are 5. Is it 5? I thought I saw
I,
7
I
somewhere.
don't know. I
Anyway,
have to look.
if they mention water retention, just have them start at a slower pace with it. Because
Yes.
that can happen. So,
Yes, and that's actually in the little thing
oh,
that this has
see,
in there.
perfect.
Yeah, it says like may retain water to start, but that will like go away. I'm not saying it nice, but like that's basically what it says. So it
Yes.
is to be expected that maybe you have some weight gain, but it's not really, and it will go away as you continue to do consistent use. And they said exercising while you take it is important, like in that beginning stages to like probably get rid of some of that. So good tips, Nicole. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, back to Megan to finish up our Super Saturday chat.
Awesome. Okay, so I would love for one or two of you to come off mute and share if there was a big aha moment. For myself, I loved the autumn that she was a former nurse sharing her testimony. And one, I love how she used messenger events and she stayed focused. She was like, there's so many things that you can do to obviously grow, right? There's not one way to go diamond. But she was like, I wanted to stay focused and hear what was working for others that I saw, and one of those was messenger events. And she's like, I just went all in on that one thing. Um, Obviously still doing her other business, but like working on one thing I think is helpful for me because I like to try things for like 3 or 4 weeks and then I'm like, oh, new month, try something else, new month. It's just like we don't allow ourselves time to have time work. And so that was interesting for me to hear that and just to stay consistent. And then I just love always people that are like comeback stories. And I think most people in Texas have a comeback story because no one just grows linear the whole way up. Everyone has downs. Everyone has to choose when they're down to either stay there or get back up. And so I loved hearing that from her. So yeah, anyone want to hop off mute and share?
I'll go. Can you hear me? What just happened? Okay. I loved hearing from the main speaker, Dr. Shaw, working actually in the operating room. I related it to it so much, and it was so great to hear. There we go. I'm back. Sorry. Just how like medicine is needed for certain things, but how we've gone away from just healing the body and how functional medicine and healing the gut is so important. So having the medical background and being in the OR, I loved hearing him speak about it.
I'm hoping that is in the Plexus Go app. I don't know if that part was like shared publicly, but that was such a great base training on gut health. And I think that was so helpful to hear. Um, cool. Anyone else want to share?
Yeah, I just loved the mix of things this year that there was like so much like good training of like why we use our products, why everyone can benefit from our products, like just the great side of functional medicine. I loved that. And then I loved like the testimonies of like business and why people were like still choosing this and what was bringing them to like not just the product side of business, the product side of Plexus, but sharing Plexus as well. So just a shout out for the whole thing in general. Like if you did not get to watch it live, go back and listen to it. Find one of us who has a recording in our email and we'll send it to you if you don't have the recording, because it was just really, really good and really encouraging. Just to see like that Plexus is still doing all the things and doing so well.
Absolutely. I thank you for sharing, ladies. I could not agree more. I would sing to some of the leaders on our team of how I feel like this was one of the best Super Saturdays I've ever been a part of. And I even had to leave early for a basketball game. Um, but just how uh even just the flow and just like their way of filming it this time, like everything about it was just really well done. And I'm just like, I left just being like, this company's amazing. Like, there's just nothing like it. And we need to keep shouting it from the rooftops. There are more people that need what we have. And I left just feeling so inspired to continue to share, which is why we're going to go into our next. We could talk about Super Saturday all call long, but we need to move the train forward, right? So we're going to take our inspiration that we had on Saturday and move it to our next quarter focus, developing silvers. And we are going to be talking about this literally to the point that you're like, oh, are they really going to say this again? Yes, we are, because we need to just get this in our brains how important and imperative this is. And I wanted to show the minute the slide transferred, Megan's face said it all. This is my two. I had several go silver right away. I had a lot of silvers, but here are two of my silvers that you guys that are still on our calls. And these were my graphics for them. I'm embarrassed. I'm so sorry. These were my graphics. Amanda is silver of orange glob. There it is. and fast start earner and silver. Megan went fast start silver. So there are two of my graphics and two of our leaders who went silver. And I want you to think, many of us have gone silver on this call, not all of us, but those who have, I want you to think back to when you went silver. What was that like? How did you feel? Who did you sign up? Let me go a little bit slower. What was that like? Put it in the chat. How did you feel? Who did you sign up? How did you do it? Was it through posting? Was it through texting? Was it through an event? How did you go silver? Think back to your own journey. I know for me, I felt hopeful. Like I signed that third person was like, whoo, I just made money and this is exciting. And who else is going to join me? And just was very hopeful and excited for what's next. And my three people, one is still ordering, the other two are not, but two were strangers and one was a college roommate. Literally Facebook strangers that just saw my first couple posts. I went silver in 2 weeks. What was it for you guys? Like, I think sharing our stories and remembering how we felt is so important. Um, I love it. These are so good. Happy, joyful, excited. Posted a horrible Google image of combos. So excited, super excited. Like, excited and hopeful. Super excited. Like, all these. So, do you feel that? Do you feel that energy? All of us are saying we felt hopeful, we felt excited. No one is feeling like I felt dread. I felt like I was annoyed. I felt like this wasn't going to work. All of us felt hopeful and excited. So I have this graphic here of who is our next silver. Who is going to be the next silver? Mary is today. Who is going to be our next silver after that? That's going to be in this spot. Because don't you want to help people feel hopeful and excited? Don't you want to give someone a purpose to wake up in the morning and get ready to work? Like, don't you want people to enjoy this team with us? Don't you want people to experience health? Don't you want people to experience financial health? Like, we need to be offering this to other people. And so remember your story as we go through this. So, we are going to think through how we can help people go silver. And of course, our goal is always to go silver ourselves every single month, to add 3 ourselves, right? That's always going to be a goal on our team. But how can we develop these silvers? And Plexus is rewarding us this month for developing silvers, big time. And they're rewarding us with the convention contest. Developing silvers is a huge part of this. And so it is a company-wide kind of drive to grow our businesses. And even if that wasn't a part of it, even if there was no incentives, it still is how our business goes forward. We have to be developing more and more silvers. That's just how your business moves the needle. So, first things first is current customers. These are low-hanging fruit. These are people that are already consuming the products. Many of them enjoy them, and they just haven't either been asked because we're too scared to, or have dropped the ball, or we haven't followed up enough, or we haven't even had a business conversation with them. We've only been talking about their health wins or their health story and haven't gotten to this. But current customers can do these 3 things and often can go silver. So the first is make a first post. Would they want to do that? Keep it lighthearted. Could be fun. Could be fun. Today, I reached out to a couple customers and said, I wanted to follow up after all the holidays and now that things have settled down. Have you experienced any health wins lately with Plexus? And I got responses. They wanted to share. Yes, I actually had an awesome holiday season. Vital Biome saved my life, is basically and I go, she hasn't replied yet because this is real time. This is literally what I'm doing as your leader here. I said, oh my goodness, that is incredible. Do you think you'd be willing to share that as in a post so that other people can be encouraged by your story and maybe get the help they need too? Like, you already told me the win. Why not blast this now, right? So that could be the first thing. Ask them about their health wins recently or what they've been loving, and then see if they would want to put it in a post. Could be fun. The next is host a messenger event. This is a chance for you to be the expert and do the heavy lifting for them. So when I message a current customer, and they have the health wins or something like that. And I'll say, you just are, maybe you're so connected with people. I was thinking it would be pretty fun to host a messenger event for you. Don't worry, I do all the heavy lifting. I come up with the content, and it's only 15 minutes. And it's really helpful for your friends to know what you're taking. And you don't have to do any of the explaining. I can do that all. What do you think? All you have to do is invite them. So you are kind of releasing them of any expectation of them having to do hard work other than invitations. And then the last one is just text friends. We have some people that are terrified of social media. I know for me, I didn't do social media that well before Plexus, and maybe they're too scared to post at first, and they need to take baby steps and kind of get into the, slowly turn up the heat, right? A frog in a boiling pot is going to jump out, but a frog that starts with lukewarm temperature and heats up is going to stay. So, how do we boil the frog? Start with texting some friends. So maybe they have a couple specific people in mind. Have them start with those people first, see how those people respond. Maybe they get a couple people ordering, and they might have more confidence then built up to do one of these other two things. Make sense? Thumbs up on that. So the goal here is to reach out to our current customers, ask them about some health wins, and then turn the corner to do one of these three things of what you see like that. It would be a good fit for them. Okay. All right. Next thing, dream teamers. So this was current customers. Now we're going to talk about dream teamers. I'm just going to quick say good night. I hope basketball practice was fun. I love you. Okay. All right.
Look at Jimmy John's.
What?
Look at Jimmy John's.
Okay. She got Jimmy John's. Okay. We have late night basketball on Monday nights, so it's a little crazy and a lot of tag teaming going on. We've been at it since 3:30 this afternoon. Okay, good night. Okay, sorry about that. The next is dream teamers. So who in my network needs income? I literally, right before this call, was doing a little bit of scroll, and one of my prospects who has said no to Plexus before, but she made a post about how in the 90s, $64,000 joint income afforded a house in the suburbs, little league, and a dinner out every week or something like that. And she's like, now that wouldn't, you would have to make 164,000 to be able to afford those luxuries. And she's like struggling over here. And so I literally just put in the post that as a comment. That is why I love helping moms make money from home, because supplemental income is so important right now. Like, no shame. And then I'm going to message her in a private message and be like, name, would you consider this again? I read your post and I feel so strongly about this. Like, it's okay to see people who need income. I know one of these calls I told you my daughter's ski club is $84 every time she wants to go skiing. And everyone's doing it. And it costs a lot of money, but we want to provide these opportunities for our kids. It's like, how is that money going to get, how are we going to get this money? Plexus is an avenue for that. So who in your network needs income? Spoiler alert, it's pretty much everybody. All right. The other is, who are three dream teamers of mine? We have 5 minutes left, so I'm not going to go. I don't want you to we can't have time to reflect, but I do really want you to write. If you could just even write one down right now. Like, who is it? Who is she? Who would you love to go to convention with? Who would you love to go to coffee shops with once a week and work together and actually go hard at this? Who is it? I'm going to give you 20 seconds. Go. Think through it. Write at least one name down, maybe three. I love it. You guys are putting it in the chat. So good. Oh my word. One of you said, oh, Haley, your twin sister. Yes. I love it. So good. Thank you. All right. So those are what it might not be today. You might not have the courage today. Sometimes I have amazing courage and I'm just voice memo my dream teamers like that. And some days it takes a little bit more than that. It takes two pink drinks and one active before I'll do it. But I do want you to try to reach out in a voice memo too. And if you need help with verbiage, I'm happy to send that to you. But at least two, if not three, by the end of the week. Dream tumors. Okay. The last is to get organized with an IPA sheet. There's no way that we are all going to develop these silvers if we are not organized and don't have our, for lack of a better word, crap together. We have to be constantly putting things in either, I don't care which one, I just put four here. We are going to drop all of these in the chat. You guys can choose which one works best for you, but to do some sort of IPA sheet weekly that you are keeping track of names. You're keeping track of people that you want to develop silvers. Maybe there is one who signed one and you need to help them sign two more. You need to have them on your sheet of paper so you're constantly checking in with them. These are so essential for accountability and for just keeping our mind straight because we're all such busy women. And I know that I forget to follow up with people because I didn't write them down on my IPA sheet or put them in my phone. And then it's like 3 months later and I'm scrolling my messages and I'm like, oh my goodness, I never followed up with them. And it was from October. Okay. So these are very, very helpful. And another goal for the end of this week is to pick an IPA sheet. I do not care which one, but we're going to put them all in a post and you can pick which one. Print, or if you have like a cool notebook or whatever, I don't know, online, but print at least 5 of them. So you have 5 weeks in a row, so you don't have to do it every single week, and get organized and write out your strategies. Okay. The last thing is if you develop a silver, you will get rewarded on our team. So if you develop a silver, my team iron, I know Sally will probably do her own incentive and Kim will do hers. But we'll be getting the first person to develop a silver on my team is going to get this Plexus like Stanley water bottle. And then I have another prize. So the next person will have a prize and I'll reveal that one. And we're just going to keep going because you're all going to get prizes for developing silvers. We want to reward you guys with some fun Plexus swag and get you excited for all the different silvers that will join us. Okay. All right, let me see your beautiful faces a second. It is exactly 8:59. We're trying to respect that 30-minute time frame. And we wanted to do a quick team iron. Sorry, I keep saying team iron. My bad. I've been doing 7 years of calls with just my team, and we're back together. So I apologize. Team Awaken Life. All right, let's quick get a picture. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Awesome. And then we're just gonna say a prayer and then we're gonna kick you guys off to go do the work. Any questions before I do that though? Hop off mute. It's okay. Anything? No. So before my team name was Team Iron, my team name was Catching Silver. I don't know why, but that's what I called it. And I had a whole team page called Catching Silver. That was it. I had it for 2 years. And it was because we just wanted to keep developing silvers. And honestly, I think it's a huge part of how I grew was just having that mindset. I'm so thankful for our team name now. I think it fits much better, but Team Catching Silver was where we were at. And we're going to be back to that. We're getting back to our roots. And this next quarter is going to be all about it. We're so excited to celebrate you guys and even myself as we work on these goals together. So let's just, let me quick to see. And the accountability chat each month. I don't know what that means.
It was like each month was just always the name. It was like August accountability chat, September accountability chat. Every month it would change the name of the chat until it became Team Iron and stayed permanent.
You know, just do it messy. Do it. I mean, did you see my graphics I created? You don't have to be perfect at this. You just have to do it. You just have to do the work. You just have to send the messages and you have to be a good friend and you need to love people and you need to believe in the products and you can grow. I 100% believe that 2026 is our year, ladies. Let's do it. Okay, let's pray. Oh, God, thank you so much for these beautiful teammates of mine. Thank you for the chance to grow together, to lean on each other when we're having good days and hard days. Thank you that we can all just run towards a purpose and a goal together, and we're all like-minded in that way. Think that we can celebrate amazing milestones like Mary going silver today, and all the other milestones we're going to accomplish along the way this month. We're excited for this unified goal of helping people go silver and remembering how amazing it felt for us to go silver ourselves, and that excitement and that hope that we've had. And we just pray that you would provide the people that need this, God. We clearly know that there are people that are hurting financially and hurting spiritually and are hurting in their health. And we want to be a way that we can be good news to them, and just be a friend to them and support them. And so send us those people, God. And we pray that we would find ourselves in lots of conversations this week with people that need this and are hungry for this. And we're excited to just celebrate every step along the way. So give us the clarity, give us the energy, give us the just the desire and passion to continue to pour ourselves out to help those in need. God, we love you and we are so grateful for this time. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, you guys, have a good week. We're excited to see all that you get done this week. All right, see you, friends.